don't have the time or the patience.
Who do we think we the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grab my hand from heaven's end. With me tonight, I run away. I run away.
A lot of these games here.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked a lot about Roger. We've talked a lot about Dendy. Anybody else standing out from that team for you?
For me, Crystallize. I've said it every time I'm here on the panel. This guy, he's turned up as soon as he joined NAVI. He's sort of taken it to another level. Solid carry performance each and every time. I love what he does on his cores. You know, we've seen him on sort of the Terra plays, the Morphings.
Yep.
When he ever gets on sort of these heavy late game cores, he always has a brilliant game. The space is always made for him by the rest of his lineup, and he never messes around. He doesn't miss CS. He keeps it cool. He keeps it strong. I think there's a lot of NAVI fans that at the moment are watching, and they're super happy that this guy's on their lineup.
Enough about the NAVI fans. We've got another team, and we've got these teams ready to go. I want to hear a little bit about EG before we start off. Blitz DOTA, talk to me about one of those players, and don't make it Sumail. You always go to Sumail. Talk to me about somebody else.
I'm a mid player. I like mid players.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk about Crit.
Go ahead.
I think Crit he was the real MVP. He got 0% of votes.
Hell yeah.
But he really deserved it. And I'll even bring up another person too.
Well, he deserves 0%.
He deserved more than 0.
He deserved more than 0%.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what you said.
We understood what he meant,
My bad,
guys.
Crit. That one's on me. I was trying to bring up another point about Phil, and then I messed up. It all got jumbled in my head.
Well, you've spent too much time apologizing. We need to move on here. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, you at home can vote for your MVP. The votes are opening up soon. Who will it be? Will Crit deserve his 0% this time? Or will Dendy pull it another 100% before the game begins? Find out here right now as you can vote at home. So, gentlemen, the game is about to begin.
Yep.
I would like to hear a little bit, anything you want to say before now. This is your bragging rights opportunity. Say some smart stuff so that we can refer to it later.
Universe is gonna come in clutch.
Oh! That ain't hard to guess.
I would agree, yeah.
Okay.
Roger's going to make some big plays.
Wow, you guys.
I'm just hoping to see the Roger Kunka again. I want to see Roger Kunka.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for that very detailed information, ladies and gentlemen. And let's go ahead and get this bad boy started. Ladies and germs, Team NAVI and EG are headed to the stage. The Titans of Dota. The Bumblebees versus the Blue Baboons.
That's not nuts.
What?
I don't think they'll be taking that as their hashtag anymore. Bleed blue baboons.
Thank you so much. But we have an exciting game here for today, ladies and germs. EG, NAVI, you guys know what's at stake. The loser of this goes home.
Yep.
And a lot of sad fans at home. And one team will have all the bragging rights. Any idea which team will be the one with the bangers?
I don't know, both teams have really been improving the way they played throughout the tournament.
Yeah, it feels like they're learning every game, both sides. Like, EG looked pretty awful against Secret. I'm going to be real. That was pretty sad. And, you know, if they lose another series, like, oh, that's pretty rough for that team. But it feels like they're gaining step by step a little bit more confidence. Sometimes you just need to win a series here and there to pick yourselves up. And I think that's what's happening right now.
I think the big thing for me is EG's early game is the big improvement they need to go on, while Navi's mid game, and they both have started to take those. So it's pretty good that they have been able to do that here. And here we go, draft's already started.
Yep, first up on these drafts, statistically, you can see that most teams do ban Enchantress in Dota.
Where's Navi?
A few times. Anyway.
Wow, it's like I'm seeing Nahaz right here.
Thank you. I really am referring to my notebook right now. Hey, there's fans out there.
Hey!
Hey! Good for them. That person's not waiting. Thank you. We're waiting for you to wave. Thank you very much. Okay. Anyway, we see the Enchantress band out, the Clockwork, and the Vengeful Spirit. A lot of these heroes are used by this team already. And of course, Winter Wyvern, one of the best heroes in the game.
It was really crucial, actually, for their wins. It set up a lot of their combos coming out from the Earth Spirit. I was pretty impressed with the way Fear played it earlier. And then the Puck and the Shadow Demon. What about the Shadow Demon? That one's one that's been kind of like... Sometimes it's banned in the first few, and sometimes just completely ignored throughout all the drafts.
Yeah, any idea on that one, Blitz? Shadow Demon?
I think it's a hero that's kind of team-specific. Like, the hero's still really strong. It does a lot of things that you just don't get from other heroes, obviously the illusion creating. But it's not just that, like the ulti is really nice against it's like the replacement diffusal, right? Now that diffusal doesn't purge off things like the F farm. But it's a little bit, it's like a wonky hero still. Like you can play it both defensive and aggressive because it has abilities that kind of fit in the middle of that, and it's pretty nice.
Heyo! Nice beard, dude. Looking great. Oh, thank you, Zeus. All right, anyway, Bane here, he's getting picked up. Any thoughts about Bane before we begin? He doesn't really reveal that much. He's just a really, really good support.
Really strong 5 hero. He's been winning majority of the games here, especially in Puppy's hands. It's been looking very dominant. And in Navi.
Yeah. Owen, you've been guessing a lot of picks. Sand King, did you guess that one?
I'll be honest, I didn't. I was expecting to maybe see the Shaman. And, well, there we do see the Shaman. It comes through second. I mean, Navi, every time it's there, they do take it.
Yeah.
If it gets banned out, if it doesn't get banned out, sorry. And a lot of times it has been banned out.
What do you take then? Earth Spirit, Night Stalker? I think Earth Spirit's quite nice.
I think you take the crit, yes. I'd like to see that. It's a very nice reaction to both the SK and Shaman. You can cause issues for them in the team fight. It's a good reaction as well. Anytime Shaman tries to make a play, get the ES in with the counter.
Alternatively, you could go for something like a 4 Rubik, because it's really nice against Shaman and Sand King. Like, if you're thinking of heroes that absolutely dominate Sand King, you think so now you ban...
Surely you ban the Razor. Razor's still in the pool.
Yeah, and you ban the Brew.
Razor Brew.
You don't have to care, unless you think that they'll swerve and make that like a 3 Sand King. I don't know if you care about having Rubik in the pool.
Yeah. Now, we've discussed this before earlier in the tournament, but just as a little refresher course, why exactly is Brew such a good hero against the Omni Knight? Why is Brew such a good hero against
Yeah.
Okay, well that does a lot.
Those are the 2 big reasons.
Sure, you just gotta take him out of a fight and then take away all the good stuff that he does. So we could see that, but they actually choose to ban the Morphling. Any thoughts on that?
Because I think that there's a decent chance that they want to force Navi into banning the Razor. Force Navi is like a pretty classic combo. The Omni plus Morph. It's like a pretty classic combo. Or the Omni plus Razor, and the best counter to that so far has been the Morph. Or at least that's what it was in China.
Name for the Shadow Shaman whenever Navi picked it, I believe, right?
What?
A cool little... You called him like the Snake Man or something? Refresh me on what that was?
No, I don't.
That's your name, Slacks.
That's your name.
No,
you're just waiting for it.
I believe that you called it Snakeo.
Radiant's turn to pick.
I didn't call it that, but
okay.
So they actually banned the Razor.
Yeah.
Razor is banned out, and let's see. We have 19 seconds left. Haven't revealed too much from Navi, but they do have a lot of lockdown. Their team fight ain't bad, and we've really seen the strength of the Shaman paired up with that Brewmaster.
Brew, you guys talked about.
Saying.
Yep.
It's what they weren't listening to you, Fogged. That was it. What happened?
What do you mean?
Are they gonna survive?
Yeah, they have some idea.
Yeah, I think EG's obviously they already were expecting that kind of to play. They pan out the Morph and the Razor, so they have to expect to play versus the Brew.
What do you think then, Gyro? What's their answer here?
5 seconds remaining.
You want something a little bit more magic-based, so that you're not in a situation where you're playing Lycan against aggroed. Navi will do that.
No, I don't think Gyro would be bad at all. We've seen Arteezy have a pretty solid performance on it.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Crit Slardar was really nice in the game that they had it earlier.
Absolutely, and paired up with the Omni Knight, we've been seeing that a lot in this event as well. Just a lot of burst damage and kind of tanks him up a little bit. So
with the Slardar pick, I'm assuming they're going to take heroes that can actually benefit from getting the Roche early on from that Corrosive Haze. That's what we saw them do in their earlier drafts as well.
5 seconds remaining.
Early series.
Yeah, you don't need heroes that Roche on either.
Yeah, it makes it
if you take like something like the Gyro, you don't normally Gyro's really bad at Roshing, but Slardar turns But I thought that the Earth Spirit would have more value, because it's nice against the Sand King, and it's also really nice against Brew, because the silence is pretty quick.
Yeah, and we did see Crit perform really, really well on that Earth Spirit earlier today. Many would say that he was the sole reason they won that game. Many idiots. It was actually Universe. But we say these things to make him feel better about himself.
It was definitely both of them.
Okay. Suffice it to say, Team Navi getting ready for their next pickup. Owen, you've been staying tactically quiet.
I'm thinking about what they want to do with Crystallize this game. What do they want to get him on?
You guessed the Terrorblade last time. Feeling anything like that this time?
I mean, I wonder if they try and do it. I mean, I'm sure they won't do a Slark game again, but I wonder if it's sort of on their minds.
Oh, man. Slark versus Slardar. The epic lore matchup. If you play Silverbreaker and paid attention to the Lord himself.
Going back to Denver Viper.
Oh,
I mean, it is something that they absolutely love doing.
Instant Luna.
I've seen it with mixed results.
Yeah,
They're going to run at them.
Can we talk about that, by the way? Blitz or Fogged, about this Dendy Viper? I mean, I don't think we've ever seen him win on it in Dreamleague. Very rare, but they seem to really love it.
I think that the idea behind it in the previous game, it kind of got ruined because they were forced into a situation where they had to take Slark, but generally they just want a 5-man and run at you.
The get a ban.
And they were forced into a weird position where they had to like split up because of the PL pick, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
And then it kind of just ruined everything. But I think the core concept behind this hero and 5-manning is still really strong. Like, look at the heroes that they have. They got Shaman, Brew, Viper. These heroes genuinely want to fight you. They don't want to really do anything.
They have like a really strong mid lane too, right? If they have the Shadow Shaman plus Viper, it can contest pretty much anything that gets sent there.
Yeah.
Now, they did insta-lock the Luna right after that Viper pick. They didn't think a second about it.
They wanted it before. I think they just wanted it beforehand.
Okay.
Like versus these other heroes, BKB core.
Fantastic.
I mean, actually doesn't even need to really go for the BKB too early because he has the Omni, but it also works really well for the Roche. They get that amplified damage from the Lunar Blessing on top of the Corrosive Haze.
It's nice too. You have good base. You take down the Shaman wards quite quickly.
Can we take a moment and just say, look at SVG, the brains behind Evil Geniuses, the silent whisperer in their ears. He's really been coming through in this tournament. Probably. I mean, we don't have any evidence of that, but they're winning, so sure.
They're coming back. They're on their way back up.
Anyway. Hey, Diretide, you're a little late. But Frostifus is next. Thank you for supporting our custom game creators. Jerk. Anyway. Oh, I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. You're a great fan. DP was banned out, ladies and germs.
Yeah, that's a good ban. That would have been so good with EG's lineup.
I think, like Will was saying, the fast tempo, if Death Prophet was there, they could really siege down the towers and would have taken Navi a little bit longer to get online versus that. And they do ban out that Terrorblade anyway.
They want to crystallize his classics, as we've seen.
What else is one of the big ones? This Chaos Knight for a Crystallize.
Yeah, that does get banned out a lot.
Trying to think that something that's a little bit better versus the Omni Knight as well versus Guardian Angel.
10 seconds.
I mean,
Radiant's turn to pick.
DK.
I mean, that's another great.
That's a pretty heavy push coming out from EG.
Yeah, they both. I think what you want to do when you play against a team like Navi is you can't let them just set pace and run at you. You have to be ready to match them and fight them. You play one of two ways. Either you try to split the map or you just match them and fight them, kind of similar to like, you want to force Navi to be the team that splits because Navi's strength is going for the 5-man. I think their biggest weakness is when they get put into positions where they have to like deviate from the game plan, try to look for pickoffs and things like that. I think this is a quintessential run at you sort of team.
Gives a little bit more disable too versus that Brewmaster, so it looks the split won't be as easy to get off.
That is a great question.
They need someone that can be a hard hitter. This DK and do run the threat of getting very, very big.
Ursa, MK?
It wouldn't be bad if Nahaz was here and taking it easy and resting up. He'd say Ursa.
Crystallize, what else we've seen? We've seen him play Weaver. We've seen him play Faceless Void.
Oh, it'll be the PL again.
Not a bad choice. PL, natural diffusal builder. It always helps to have everybody a little less on mana, even though diffusal ain't great against Omni Knight these days. But any particular reason for that PL pick, boys?
It's one of his most played heroes.
Sure.
I think that's one of the bigger things, and they want to have a late game skill and carry that can take up the space that these other 4 heroes that are going to make.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, these teams are about ready to showdown here. One of them will be going home, and we will begin game 1. But before we do, I'm going to need some predictions. Hit me with that knowledge, Blitz Doubter.
And normally I'm very Navi biased, but I think I'm going to have to go with EG on this one. I feel like it's going to be a pretty nice Luna game, and I don't know if the PL is going to be able to get online fast enough.
Okay. Owen, how you feeling, buddy?
I would have to agree. I'm not really sold on the NAVI Viper, and I think it's definitely going to get to the stage of the game where the DK just becomes unkillable. I don't know if the damage will be quite there for Navi's lineup, and EG have definitely the potential to crush this PL before he gets out of hand.
Bonged, the voice of reason for Navi, potentially?
Unfortunately, no. I'm going to go with EG this time.
All right, fantastic. Well, I am not going to spoil this one. I guess I will be heading over with EG as well. We've just seen Dendy on that Viper and have not been too impressed. So Caster's Curse coming up. Congratulations, Navi, on your first win. But let's take it on over to the teams.
Hi, Blitz. Fancy meeting you here at Dreamleague.
Had to pop over real fast.
You're such a talented man.
I thought they were going to give me like a second. Like they would zoom in on.
Yeah, they did nothing. Like Slacks didn't even help you at all. This is the problem when we have an inexperienced host. Red Eye SOS is coming out to you. Get off camera. No. I see. No, get away. Get away. All right. EG, people turning out in the crowd to support him because we saw the NAVI CS team there. They're already guaranteed a top 4 position. It's the NAVI CS team. They're guaranteed a top 4 position. I actually looked it up. So NAVI in both the DOTA as well as the CS are guaranteed top 4. But everyone on the panel didn't really seem that NAVI was going to get off to a very good start here in game 1 of this series.
So the main reason I think that is because I saw the Viper versus DK matchup in China. It was Limp versus Super. And DK actually bodied Viper surprisingly badly. Also, sorry guys, no Bulldog. I took his place once again.
Bulldog had to catch a train.
He did us a solid though. Thanks for
being
on.
Yeah.
Same to Loda.
Quality to have the Swedes turn up to the Swedish event. Yeah. So we're talking on the panel about PL taking some time to get on. How can Navi at least speed up that PL's progression? Do you try and do it by shutting down the Luna more to give PL at least the advantage on that front? Or can you create space for PL in other ways so he just farms generally faster?
I think PL is going to play kind of on an island to himself. But as I say that, I feel like Navi, they want to take fights early on with this kind of lineup. And you can play PL in 2 ways. We've seen it in China too, where they speed up the course of the game.
Is General a Bat Rider now? He's actually got into the tree line, ready to cut through with this quelling blade.
Yeah, Fada does the same thing. This is really common now from the offlaners.
Might be a little bit more difficult when you have the potential nightmare of fear and the high amount of damage with Arteezy having the Lunar Blessing to make this pull work.
He's gonna pop out in 1 second. Arteezy's gonna see him.
He's already ready for it. So how much damage can they do? So you already start with the body block. You don't want to go for the Nightmare. You're looking for the extra damage. Okay, he's actually going to do it. He'll take the aggro off. Fear. Feeding into him in general. Oh, Drunken Haze all you want.
They lost their courier.
Yeah.
There's like a tri-lane mid going on.
What the hell is this?
How sad.
You know what? Now
must be so sad right now.
Well, here comes Crit, trying to turn things around, but Roger's going to get the Burrow Strike off. He kills the courier, and now he wants to kill Smile. But the Crush, Roger! He's going to go down. Samael is awarded the kill.
What was that?
Is this going to start off the same way as Game 3 of our lower bracket round 2 matchup?
It's the tri-lane on tri-lane.
Yeah, tri-lane on tri-lane, rotate around. Now General's in trouble up on top lane. Fear as well as Arteezy are going again. Another Nightmare will set up for a Lucent Beam. The Courier can deliver all at once. General, the Lucent Beam, the Drunken Haze won't protect him. Fear will find this kill, and EG at 2-0 up right now.
Yeah, they shouldn't be like this though. I think there was some miscommunication because Seneko didn't pop the shackles. Maybe they thought that that was a guaranteed kill or something like that. Also could have just leveled the lightning and that would have been enough for them to get the kill, but unfortunate. It doesn't work out. I think he was in range for right click too. I don't know. I have to watch the replay before I call him out. But that felt like it should have been a kill with 3 heroes there.
Seems odd. At least Roger was able to pick up the courier. They're coming in again for Samael. Roger, he's got boots and a level 1 Burrow Strike, but he would have had to tank to the tower to get that close. And Dendy just can't do a hell of a lot when he's got a 6-second cooldown, that poison attack. And Samael's got 2 points in Dragon Blood now with his Doubt Shield.
They're still winning bottom at the same time, so this is not a huge commitment. Roger gonna snake around, try to grab
Seneko. Correct. Gonna get the crush off. Universe bringing in the extra damage thanks to the purification, and Seneko, well, he proves the shackles work.
Yes. And now it's a 3-0 lead early on for EG, and they're gonna need it. They are getting dueling once again as Seneko now comes in for Sumail.
Yeah, start the shackles onto that Dragon Knight, Dendi. And he can't really damage that much more. Like, he's still 2 points of Dragon Blood that you're trying to get through.
What, Sumail turned around?
Oh, wait, what? Why?
Oh.
Question marks?
It looked like for a second he was fine and they were going to give up on it, and
so he turned to get back into the lane to like what, breathe fire,
like,
or
I think it was just pathing. He definitely just pathing it. So the lane was going pretty well for him, despite the dual tri-lane shenanigans that he has to deal with.
Yeah,
which has to be pretty annoying.
Well, Dendi is 4-2 compared to Sumail at 9-4. So yeah,
he has 4 CS.
He has 4 CS on Dendi. He spent most of his time taking into Smell. This will change up as there's creeps coming underneath the tower, but Sumail's not making it easy.
Look at Roger. Try to smoke all the way around. They wanted to make attempt number 2.
Top lane general. Gonna get picked off. This seems to be the easiest thing in the world. It's Nightmare. I guess early harassment, the Nightmare sets up for a secondary Lucent Beam.
Yes.
TZ's burning through a lot of mana to do this, however.
And that's the benefit of playing these tanky offlaners. You just come back up here again, and he's almost the same level anyways. So it's not even like he's losing out too much. Meanwhile, though, Universe is thriving under these conditions.
Yep.
Due to the fact that they're good.
Here they go again. Crit. He's charging himself forward, then runs into a creep wave and crystallize, and then charges himself away.
Yeah, but Seneko is pretty low. He has no regen on him. The Phantom Lancer has a Soul Ring now, so he should be okay when it comes to outspam. But things are looking pretty okay for EG. They're up 4-1. No huge advantage one side or another. Sumail is out CSing Dendi mid, and this is what I was talking about. You would think that Viper dominates this matchup, Toby, but he really doesn't. DK just gets 2 levels of Dragon Blood and a Soul Ring, and you got regen the harass anyways.
They're thinking about going again on top lane. TZ starts his harassment on general as Fear looks to wrap around the back, but then Roger moves over too. And they'll know when Fear... Actually, they don't know exactly when Fear leaves the lane, but here comes Roger. Sandstorm. A big advantage for him is there is only one hero that can pull him out of this, and that's Slaughter with his Crush. But that double damage rune Slaughter is looking for an opportunity on bottom against the 2 Soul Ring spamming cores in the lane.
Yeah, Universe. Just trying to get whatever he can. Level 5. Looking back towards mid. Sumail up to 20 CS. Almost doubling the Vipers. Looks like they want to make it go on this Dendi. Getting kind of low. He's about half HP, but Crit doesn't find the angle.
Again, that's need to dive underneath the tier 1 tower to find the kill on the mid hero. And EG should be fine with this for the moment. There's still 1k gold in front. There's 4-1 on the board. They don't need to force the issue too hard.
No, they don't. Like, this lane is going fine anyways without the kill.
Yeah.
Which is what was expected.
Instead, they can look to add pressure on top. So Navi have no vision of this. As far as observer wards go, they've only got one, which is watching the bottom rune area in the river. So the movement towards top in this position of Crit is completely unknown to Navi. Actually pinging to Shrine. Sumail needs to use it.
TZ getting continuously hazed up, but
they're smoking. They're going to smoke up with Sumail's Crit. No, Sumail's actually just going to back up for had the smoke delivered.
I think he was just healing with him.
General, Lucent Beam, Fear. Looking to come out now. They'll try and catch General in the tree line. South cancelled off by the attacking by TZ. Slow him down. Here comes Crit. Roger needs to create some space. Burrow striking into Crit, but this sleep lasts forever on General. The crush will be there, and Roger, all he can do is Sandstorm. The support comes in from Seneko. Sandstorm and Shackle damage. Crit's going to fall down. There was nothing they could do to stop it. Now the Lucent Beam comes up cooldown, but Roger with the Burrow strike. Seneko turned around to cop the last attack from Fear. Trying to do something, but just giving his life at the end of the day.
Yeah, well worth it for EG once again. 6-2 now in their favor. This Brewmaster getting somewhat shut out as he's not doing as good as his bottom lane counterpart, the Omni Knight. Doing very well for himself. Already 4th in the net worth, even passing up Dendi, who's having a pretty rough time in mid. And now a smoking from EG. If they find the angle, they want the tower too.
As in Nightmare, let Sumail set up. Crit's going to be here. He can wait for the double crush, but Shackles available from the Shaman. The Burrow strike from Roger catching 2. You've already lost Crit. Sumail with the Viper strike on him. All those points in Dragon Blood will protect him, especially when Universe is already TP'd in. Fear goes to the high ground plan, trying to play the Fog of War against Roger. Mango consumption, and they have enough life. Yeah, they do.
Barely.
Walk away.
But still, very nice rotation by Navi. They sense that some kind of aggressive maneuver is coming in. EG, they wanted to try to use the Dragon Form early on, get some chip damage onto that tower. They do force Dendi out of the lane, but they get a return kill, relatively even though the score says 3-6. Not too large of an advantage one way or another. 1K is just the tower.
I want to keep my eyes pretty closely on this top lane. Now that General has level 6, he can have a crack at Arteezy's support. Is rotating around the side in the form of the Shaman, but thanks to Dire Observer Ward, EG are fully aware of this, and there goes the Eclipse Seneko.
Do you really want to be shackling him?
I don't think you really do. That's when you want to have a Wind Ranger shackle. You just throw the shackle and walk away, not stand your ground into Eclipse.
You don't know what he's into.
Oh, if you're into your own death, then sure. Yeah, you do that.
Never judge, Toby, never judge. As General up at top is forced to use the split.
He was worried about Arteezy triggering one charges and then having the elusive beam that would have found the kill, but now he's going to make it work.
Oh, Dendi's
the Earth-Ruling Stun's going to be there, and yeah, support's coming in from Dendi underneath the tower. Support arrives from Universe. They'll keep him alive. The stuns, Repel is allowing Arteezy to survive, and back behind the tower. That Viper Strike does not do anywhere near enough damage, and Arteezy just TPs away to safety.
Yeah, and Sumail, 2 seconds away from his own Dragon Form. He really wants to pop this. Even if you don't get the tower, you're trying to do damage to it. You just shove in the wave as soon as possible. Start beating on that mid tower, force Dendi back, and
get some kind of trade-off for the bottom lane, because that's where Crystallize comes in behind the tower. Yeah. Make sure the Crit can't really do anything here. He's hoping his Tranquil Boost gives him a little bit more life. Fortify to protect. And here comes Arteezy. But Arteezy gets lanced. Now there's more PLs to fight him.
They are going to give some XP to this Bane, who's pushing in top lane with Universe. Continuing to static up the lanes, both Dragons in mid, fighting against each other. Now, Dendi's starting to catch up a little bit.
Do you think EG can fight once Diffuser Blade is on the PL? We saw just how critical that was in our series earlier today.
I think they have better ways to deal with it.
Roger. Fire Strike. Gonna go into Sumail. Stun. Anything? No.
Nope, didn't have it.
Nightmare's gonna be on bottom lane. PL. The attack. Arteezy doesn't have his ultimate. Had a Lucent Beam. Wouldn't have been enough to kill off Crystallize, but would have dropped him very low, allowing Crit potentially seal the deal. Oh, nice entry look.
Yeah, and Seneko might even get sandwiched here. Arteezy's moving in with the creep wave. Should be no way for him to live.
But shot, crush, and purification from Universe to get the kill. 4 heroes being brought by EG to this bot lane.
Will allow General, though, to get some farm. Finally, Toby.
Yeah. He's still not that bad. As far as net worth goes, he's equal with Dendi, but I just realized that's not really the greatest person to put him equal with. Considering Dendi is about 600 net worth behind that of the other mid. But Seneko has level 6. They're going to add their pressure towards mid with the Mass Serpent wards as well as Catapult here. So Navi looking for a rebuttal for the push on bottom lane. Roger. The double Burrow Strike into Sandstorm. Universal Elite can purify, but they can't keep the push going. Slaughter is in mid, trying to deal with the Mass Serpent wards, trying to help out Sumail. But the Catapult will stay alive. Crit wants to move in closer, will have his clarity cancelled. And they just play the range game now. Support arriving in the form of the Bane. Fear doesn't have his level 6 just yet, wants to Fiend's Grip, but only has the Nightmare. And then Nightmare turned off the target around Crit. Beam Viper striked up. The Purification will do some good job here. But the mid tower is still going the way of General.
Yeah, they missed the...
And Seneko.
They didn't even get all the snakes. General just got a lot of farm there.
Yep. So they took 2 tier 1 towers, lost the Shaman, but forced heavy rotations from EG.
No,
and EG
great.
didn't take the tier 1 tower on bottom.
That was very nice. Despite the score being 3-9, the gold lead, because of the towers, is slightly in favor of Navi, and General almost has his Blink Dagger. Despite being 0-3-0, this is a very decent Blink Dagger timing from him. Conversely, Universe has been shuttered around the map. Like, he's had to go from lane to lane to try to stop the bleeding. And it has worked out so far. He's 1-0-2.
The only downside is he's now equal, in fact, just behind the Brewmaster on net worth. So they're going to smoke up and see if they can find some more net worth through kills. 3-man rotation down bottom. The Radiant scan, it just pinged positive. So Roger should be aware that someone's coming towards him. Observer ward behind the tower. They'll realize Roger's alone, and there it is. Sentry ward, Lucent Beam, and Fiend's Grip. making it look almost too easy. But
Crit mid. They might make an attempt on this Dendi. He's moving forward. Crit has no idea that this is happening.
Needs the shackles to make sure there's no runaway. And okay, just eat the shock. And Viper Strike, more than enough damage to kill him off.
Both 4 positions going down, but EG is going to be the team to claim the tower at bottom lane in general. Meanwhile, up at top, though, he just continues to farm and now picks up that pivotal Blink Dagger.
Yep. Now we look for the fight. And again, you'd also look for the smoke, and there are no smokes currently on Na'Vi.
Did they use them all?
I believe so. Either that or they just haven't bought them. We have no ability to actually look at that as spectators.
That is... I wish they fixed that.
Yeah, I really wish they would too. We've been asking for a long time.
I'm just guessing at this point. But they used a lot of them early.
Yeah, they did. So we assume they burned through them all, or else they would have one of them. Because you get a Blink Dagger timing like this, you want to make it count. Yes. You've got split up, you're ready to fight. Diffuser play is the only thing you're a little bit short of in 600-ish gold. The PL will have it, but they can run to the bottom lane. So Arteezy, probably the most exposed. Fear is nearby.
He's trying to take the gank from him.
Yeah. Maybe he can do it, but they focus. Na'Vi down towards Arteezy. The Burrow Strike is there quickly into the split. Na'Vi want to turn this into multiple kills, so Fear makes a break for the tree line. Roger right behind him. Nightmare's there, but Lancers and Rocks being thrown down at the Bane and stoned in the trees. Yoli's brains have a little bit more life, but cannot escape. Not from Na'Vi. Meanwhile, Shaman died all the way up on the top lane inside the trees. Looks like he was just trying to push the top to the tier 2 tower a little bit harder.
Just kind of a Seneko move to make. We saw him make it in the... I can't remember which series it was, actually. Was it versus BP, where he just kept dropping down wards onto them? I think that's what I'm recalling.
I'm not certain.
But he just wants to keep that top wave shoved in constantly. It doesn't really matter if he dies. He didn't care in that game either, although he's got a lot of deaths, Toby.
It's 0 for 6 on Snake. He's going for the Balkawad. That's what this has to be.
It's not even bad, though. They have 6 kills, he has 6 deaths.
As long as you give the control when it needs to happen, the Mass Serpent was near the buildings, then you're good.
Yeah.
And they're looking for a kill up on top. Roger, level 3 Burrow Strike available. Make that 4 now. He hits 9. Brewmaster jumping in, but Crit makes tree line. TP Scroll is available. How does he actually want to play this? They Burrow Strike the wrong way. Crit will just TP out.
And he's so close to his Blink Dagger too. Him surviving there is really important for them. But the reason why EG's lead, even though it's 6-11, is more than half their kills are on the Seneko.
Oh, they're going to take a tower now on bottom lane. After the failed gank from Na'Vi, they revealed a lot of their positioning against the Slaughter. So fortification can be burned from Na'Vi, but Dragon Form up and running. And a lot of heroes sitting behind. GA's ready. If Na'Vi initiated this, it's looking to be death.
Yeah, Seneko's just looking for the trade right now. Toby, he's going to drop the wards up at top lane. Somebody definitely needs to defend that. They're going to back up first.
DK has a TP scroll available. Slaughter's already rotating over. Here comes your first TP. It's going to be Universe. And there they go. They're looking for him in the same spot he died before. Trumped in the trees. We'll get the shackle off as Samael has arrived.
Came into the
shrine. It's maybe 5 meters away.
Okay, so they know his tricks. They watched the VP series.
Yeah.
They did their homework. Like, guys, this is what Seneko likes to do.
He did it like 3-4 minutes ago. Right, jump, moving over, looking for the Burrow Strike, able to catch out Fear. This actually reveals a big stack as well. Fear, no way to survive this, but this is a good place for Crystallize to move over unless Crit can make something out of it. Lucent Beam, Crystallize just tanking it. But they have the Observe ward watching the stack. That's what allowed them to do this fight, but EG also have a very similar ward right to the south of that Radiant Obs. So both teams have good information around this now trip stack.
I think they should just farm it right now, as soon as they can. Like, they know that it exists.
You got the 4 points up in Glaives as well. Arteezy only put the 1 point in Lunar Blessing in this game.
I like that they're securing it too. That this is what they should do. Because Navi's aware of it and they're showing it. Yeah, but they're going to smoke up. General needs to connect with them though, if they're going to take this fight. Like,
it's hard.
They, do anything.
They just had the Observer Ward dewarded, so they don't have the information.
Yeah,
Massive was not there. Here comes your smoke. Roger, look at that blink epicenter. He's prepping it right now. Jumping in, looking for Arteezy with the Burrow Strike into the Sandstorm. He gets away from the Slither and Crush into the corner. Maybe Roger, amplified up, will die. The stack, however, they're looking at it. Dendi started to farm this with Nether Toxin. That won't work. Roger will die. The epicenter was not enough. There was no follow-through.
Yeah, that was a huge commitment, too, from Navi. They brought every single hero there. They smoked up. They used the epicenter.
and they're still going to lose out. Like, they got an observer ward down around the corner, so NAVI at least had vision of the low ground around the Ancients, and they still know it's being farmed up.
Hey, but look, because they had to place that sentry on that camp, Roger really got them.
Okay.
That was his real next level.
Because he blocked his own camp for another 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Technically, they might lose more gold getting that kill on Roger. That's how you play like 19D chess.
Only I thought 4 minutes ahead.
Exactly. Alright, there's no way he was trying to do that. That was not the best death.
No. Well, NAVI are preparing for the top lane push once more. Seneco's mass weapon wards are off cooldown, and they really want to have these in range of the tower. Maybe this time they can keep them alive. Crit's already here to defend, but thanks to the observer ward of NAVI, they do have a decent amount of information. Seneco just inching forward. The Dire Tower, they're pinging out where they believe they are, and they're right.
This is a good read. Although they see Roger, now General pops up. I think he's going to drop the wards again.
Yep, they will.
This is so smart. They're just chipping away at it, and EG, they're not bothering going top, thinking it's going to be a little bit too late. They're instead going to go into the Roshan. This would be huge for them, the amp damage.
You said every team turns into a Roshan team when you got that Smarter behind you. And they will do some quick damage.
Oh, they have no idea. They think they're running towards bottom. He's getting out of there thinking...
They're there. Yeah, you're right. It's not a smoke gank, though. They'll realize the inevitable truth when the announcement comes out globally. TZ has Aegis the Immortal, and Dire claims Roshan.
Very nice move.
Read that wrong.
Yeah. And the reason why Navi made that move was because they saw nobody was defending that tier 2 top, and they said, well, if nobody's defending tier 2 top, they have to be bottom. They have to be bottom. You saw the pings, a line was being drawn, they're like, guys, they're smoking there. Well, there's another objective on the map too that they can go for.
Well, Tendy's still going to be very happy with this. Like, it's not an underfarmed Viper like we saw from him earlier today. He's managed to finish up the Dragonlance. He's got all his extra smaller items at the beginning, but that Maelstrom is almost up. And he's not having to deal with a Phantom Lancer either while playing this Viper. So it seems to be a lot more of a comfortable Viper game just to stand his ground. Even though that might be difficult as the #1 net worth hero bottoms the Luna.
Roger's been found out too.
Oh, in the corner, he needs to help out into the Sandstorm. Burrow Strike, Dragon Knight, already the TP out. The crush is there from Crit. Even the bash on the first swing. Dendi will die. No more. Well, Curse. Sorry.
Really got him. And Seneco for the first time not playing that topside map. And without that pressure there, EG, they're going to feel pretty strong right now. They popped the Dragon Form too. Looks like they're looking for more. The blink barely misses as Roger was half a second faster.
You guys on the panel were flagging it. Crit. Such great movement that comes out of this Slada, even more amplified with the new changes to his sprint in water. They go after Roger, moving in towards the Ancients while the Brewmaster, stunned up by Samel, need to keep that control there. Fear will provide while the Eclipse will destroy. So Arteezy takes both the tower and General, but yeah, meanwhile, up at the far north, Crystallize battles against the Dragon. Oh, he dodged. He dodged the Breeze Fire, and Smel's completely out of mana.
Nice.
Does he come back in? Like, do you keep this pressure on? No, you don't. You TP back and you continue to work on the Manta.
Yeah, you force EG to push out top, and that'll be what allows you to reset things a little bit. But I think Navi should still look for fights. Like, they have Bruce Split. They don't want to just get crowded around the map. This is what a lot of teams do with the first Aegis, is they force you into the sense of panic where you don't want to fight, and so you split up. You get split up a little bit more than you should. And the team with the first Aegis often just farms out the entirety of the map. So Navi, I think their best bet is actually to stick somewhat near each other. Be a little bit smarter about that and realize that EG might be split up because they have the Aegis. Oftentimes the Aegis is just a tool, Toby, where people get nervous about fighting because they think they'll 5-man, but it's very inefficient. And EG is not an inefficient team, so you know.
For now, they're not even getting rid of that sentry wall. They don't want to reveal their position at all. Okay, now they do.
Yeah, if they get a good fight though, they'll take it because they see two heroes at bottom.
Not easy.
They scan though, they ping.
It feels like bait. It feels very much like bait. Crit and Samel will come from the south. Fear and Universe into the east.
They don't want to fight up into the high ground though. What they're trying to do is force EG down. And they're even going around, and Navi, they get a little bit antsy here.
Here they come.
Who finds the better angle, though?
And the trees, Samael, smoke's gonna break. He'll go in, Viz. Nico's got the dust. They'll get the hex onto Samael. Massive
he stopped the
down
epicenter
position, and with no epicenter, they won't have the extra damage. Samael is protected by the repellents of Nico. He's dying at the moment, but not dead yet. They hold Arteezy in position. Universe gets some extra life, but Arteezy hexed up, and finally he'll pop, but it's only the Aegis of the Immortal. That is all Navi have managed to claim from this team fight. While the Brewmaster split is now worn off, he has to blink away General, but Crit and Arteezy hop pursuit, need for speed into General. Down he goes. 3 heroes from Navi.
They're gonna go high ground now.
Yep.
This is a perfect situation, and Navi got so antsy. I feel like that was not the fight that they wanted to take. If you lose that fight, you're right in front of your base, and Dragon Form was popped. You can't script this any better for EG. They did lose the Aegis, but a very nice one by them. As they read that movement perfectly, Navi thought that EG might be split up, farming their southern side of the map. They didn't anticipate them. Let's take that fight.
There's no team fight defense without the epicenter, without the Brewmaster split, and without the Mass Serpent wards. It's really not that intimidating fighting against Navi, but EG will give the respect. They bring the tower down to half-life and then back out. It is still only 23 minutes into this game. They don't want to fight in Navi's base just yet.
Yeah, and that was just such an awkward fight because Navi wasn't really prepared. They didn't have the best vision around that area. Look at EG's ward coverage. They've got one on top of this ancient hill, one right below them, one on the south side too, even deeper. And Navi, they got completely spotted out. It was that Roger epicenter that got canceled out by Fear's sleep, and they needed that. If they have that damage, maybe they can win that fight.
Navi are coming. Fear even stopped de-warding the sentry in order to be able to catch up, get away from Navi's attack. They were even anticipating to come earlier. EG are prepared in mid. They don't have Guardian Angel, but Dragon Form's back off cooldown. So is Eclipse. Brewmaster split in 8 seconds time. Epicenter in 4. So the big abilities are coming back up for Navi. But there's still so much sustain in Evil Geniuses. Once Arteezy has that BKB, it seems pretty rough for Navi to win a fight against EG.
And it gets even harder. Sand King, the downside of Sand King is, yes, you have a reliable stun. That's like the best part about him. He's got an escape, he pushes in the wave, but his ultimate is so timing dependent because once people start getting BKBs and pipes, this ulti does nothing.
Yeah.
That was what we learned at ESL Genting when we played against Newbie. We started to realize like this Sand King ult isn't really doing anything. Once you get BKBs, once you get these heroes that are naturally tankier, he doesn't provide that much teamfight utility. It's kind of like a...
Samael ready to fight. He's already got the silver red, so just breaking him apart. Roger will fall. The Diacurie does get sniped and now crystallized. Needs to make more of himself. The shackles will hold, and it's trouble for Samael trapped on the edge of the pit. There's no life to work with. His invis, he can't use it. There's no mana. The Nightmare from Fear will create space. Universe will protect him. Samael will live and turn the damage into Seneko. They can't even kill off a bloody dragon on that low life. Arteezy on the retreat. The Brewling controlled up for Crystallize. Keeps the power moving forward. Samael back into Invis. Underneath the shrine, they'll get the regeneration up. Omni Knight spinning up and towards the area. Hit the deck in a second, but Crit! The double crush combining now with the DK. They hold him. They hold him. They bring down Crystallize. The big #1 of Navi. And they are coming after Dendy. A blink crush. The corrosive haze keeping the amplification there, but EG maybe not certain they want to fight this. Dragon Form is wearing off. They're underneath the Radiant Shrine now. They'll be triggered. General as well as Roger working together, but Fear, he'll find the damage to get the kill. They come back over to Dendy. The Nightmare is a reality, Dendy. EG are walking underneath your tier 1 tower and murdering all your friends. They trigger Guardian Angel. No damage to be done. And Navi, they drop like flies. They also just respawn like them too.
Dendy did not accept Roger's sacrifice. Roger died, went in there for him, thought there was no way he was going to get dove under that tier 1 tower, but EG looks up, sees 3 heroes dead, says, no, we're definitely going to dive you. There's absolutely nothing left for you in the tank, and EG getting even more. 9k now is their lead. As maybe if they kill the Luna and they just back up, that fight's okay, but they got a little bit too over-eager. They felt like they were getting a little bit too far behind, so they try to press their advantage. EG, though, is ready. Very nice team fight from them without their highest net worth hero.
And I'm wondering what happens when Crystallize continues to get bigger and bigger. Like, EG had troubles holding him back.
Yes.
Like, the fight was nicely split for EG. I think the almost Ravage level control that Crit was providing for the fight also bought space for EG to fight. But what do they do when this PL gets stronger? Once he has the Skadi done, once he starts building up a lot of these stats.
I think if he gets absolutely slotted, maybe he becomes a problem, but for now anyways, the Glaives, the Free Fire, the Omni Heal, they have a lot of AoE to work with.
Crit. The illusions are running forward. Crit's still pretty damn low. And the Manta illusions, they'll survive longer, but Brewmaster, he'll need to split, but Sumail has to breathe fire.
They should go for the high ground now. Try to force out the buyback minimum if they think he has it. And he does, but forcing it out here is great.
Oh, Dendi, he's out of position.
Oh, he's really far out.
Oh, he's got the sprint, the blink into the burrow.
Roger's now out too.
Repel, it allowed Crit to actually survive. Arteezy, he brings out both Dendi and Roger, and there is no buyback on Roger. Dendi may have to force his the second that tier 3 tower falls, however, the Glaives just rip apart everything, and if EG feel confident enough, they can just rotate towards the bottom unless they want to go for GG push, but that ain't happening. They should go for that second lane of racks.
Yeah, they're trying to go bottom. They saw that the Rosten wards were used by Seneko, who's trying to cut the wave, but EG said, we don't care, we'll just go bottom instead, it doesn't matter.
Navi's not even getting involved. Crystallized BTs only just came back off cooldown. He can only now start his TP back. This is the danger against the EG draft. Luna, at this stage of the game, just rips apart any type of base the second the tower falls.
Yeah, and it was this one cart that snuck his way in. War hero for EG, being able to survive, that's what enabled EG to continue that with no backdoor protection.
And now they're going to get Roshan, Aegis and Cheese. Support's coming in. How fast can you move, Roger? Not fast enough. He had to blink and Boris trying to get in straight away. Instead, Aegis and Cheese will be picked up by Luna. Actually, Cheese ends up in the hands of Crit. But they look to mid. Nightmare, Fiend's Grip, Brewmaster actually broken again by the Silver Edge. And 53 seconds for General on the sideline. Right now, Navi is bleeding yellow, and that's not a good thing. That's a lot of open cuts.
They're just getting picked apart on the map right now. They're trying to make these desperation plays, showing wherever they can on the map.
Courier has been killed.
Oh, he'll get that. 4 staff down.
That's a little bit of a win, but EG say, well, we don't care. We'll just march down anyways.
We'll go for the GG push. They're going for the tier 4s. As easy as Aegis the Immortal. Navi have no other choice but to fight, but they need the Brewmaster up with buyback too. So here she comes, triggering it off 23 seconds before he was going to respawn. So EG are happy with this heavy damage into the tier 4s that don't regenerate, and they back up from the fight.
Probably go head towards top, if anything. Don't risk anything if you're EG. It's a best of 3. Anything can happen in this game too. We saw that in their series against VP. You don't throw this kind of lead, although it's very difficult now for them to throw this kind of lead. Nobody is really farmed enough to fight. General's Brewmaster has just taken a nosedive when it comes to net worth.
Yep.
Arteezy is firmly on top of the scoreboard.
6.8k net worth on the Brewmaster. He's got Blink and Vlad. That's all General offers.
And he had such a good start too. He had something like a 12-minute Blink Dagger. We thought he was going to be able to accomplish more, but the first 2 smokes.
Well, there was no smoke when he got the Blink Dagger, right?
I say smokes in air quotes.
Yeah. That was fire.
They
burned the corpses of Navi.
It was that one fight though when they tried to take the top engagement and they ran all the way down. EG just transitioned that into the high ground. But Navi, they're going to try to hold the high ground. See if anybody from EG gets a little bit too antsy.
Arteezy's happy just to push this. He's got a Morbid Mask, he's already got the Butterfly. Like, what got stopped was his Hurricane Pike, which was coming on the Courier. But sitting with another 2.6k gold, Arteezy has already cracked the 20k net worth 31 minutes into the game.
He is well ahead of anybody against Sumail, 5k ahead of him, a full item. This Butterfly is going to be hell to deal with.
This is the Navi play. They 4-man smoke up. Roger wants to be able to initiate from behind. With the Observer and Sentry, they got good vision. And now, do they work it out? Fear is scouting it. He saw Roger for half a second. Here comes your epicenter. They're controlling the back line. And the split. No!
He got the sleep.
Nightmare off! And the Fiend's Grip! They couldn't get the split! Get styled, Navi! Roger will fall. 2 heroes gone, and GG indeed. That's spirit breaking right there.
And Arteezy might not even realize what happened. He was probably so amped. He's like, did you see? I'm taking creeps, dude.
Oh boy, Navi. That is not the start they wanted. Well, actually, it was. As you said, like, everything seemed to be looking pretty decent in the laning phase. Dendi didn't look too bad in the laning phase. The Blink Dagger timing was really good. Crystallize in these early fights was also a pretty decent presence, but it just seemed the control and positioning of EG were just far superior.
And they had the better matchups too. It was the DK Viper one.
I was so sure of our love. I never thought of any reason, a doubt about us. And now I'm right back at the start. Halfway through a bottle, baby, and nothing to know. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before. So take it easy, take it easy. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before. So take it easy. And you know how to forget all the wrongs and every reason why we've changed. And there's a storm inside my head. It's getting me in trouble, baby, and I can't break away. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before. So take it easy, take it easy. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before. So take it easy.
wondering if after all these years you'd like me to go over everything. They say that time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much here. Hello from the outside, at least I can see that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter, clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. Must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry.
Running out of time, I really thought you were on my side, but now there's nobody by my side. I need you, I need you, I need you right now. Yeah, I need you right now. So don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. It's in my head, darling, I hope that you'll be here when I need you the most. So don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. Don't let me down, don't let me down. Don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me down, don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me your eyes the moment you looked at me. From across the room, those eyes kept following me. Something popped in my brain. Oh, baby, only you I see. Feels like I'm going insane, and only you can save me. Feels like I'm drowning in ocean's blue. Baby, come on, baby, baby, come on, let's go. I'm losing control of the lights in this space. Keep jumping around, all I see is your face. Now you're moving closer, no time to escape. Your hand on my shoulder shoots me into space, and I can't deny how badly I need you now. 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 I need
I cannot participate in this. I have to keep it professional. But, gents, please tell me what you thought about that last series. What did you think about that game? Excuse me.
We said Crit and Universe were gonna step it up. I think you said Crit, I said Universe. They both did. Universe and TP's on point to save his teammates when the aggression was coming out from Navi. And Crit had really good timing on the Blink Dagger, finding opportune crushes. Really well played overall by EG.
Now, what's the deal with Navi here? All right, we've seen them do some really creative drafts almost every single time they've been winning something. They've had this crazy draft that came through. This one was pretty textbook by them. I mean, you guys were able to guess most of their picks, and then EG found a way to beat them.
If we were able to guess most of their picks, that means EG was able to guess most of their picks.
I mean, don't sell these short here, okay? This is a very intelligent panel.
My bad, host.
Thank you so much. But anyway, so what's up with Navi? You guys expecting they're gonna get a little flavorful next one, you know, put a little sauce on that pepper? Or are they gonna just keep playing the whole standard white bread?
No more Viper. I think that's probably one of the better ones. I have to see Dendy playing more of like a skill hero that we've seen in the past.
Is that really where you're gonna like go down on? Like,
I don't think that's. I want to see him play something else because he's really talented. And I think the Viper just limits him.
It would just be hilarious. It's like they pick Viper again. If they lost with it, that's where you had your last stand. You're just like, well, I guess we'll lose with this 4 times in a row.
I mean, some people really love Viper and they're willing to fight for it. I know, Mott Dota's one. He's just, you know. Hey, look, the MVPs! Oh boy, oh boy!
Oh, Fear actually got this.
How did Dendy get 30%?
Fear really had a great impact as that Bane that game.
Bane, I feel this hero, we've seen it have such an impact in so many of the series here this LAN. And Fear, definitely with one of, if not the best Bane performance we've seen.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that performance, please. I mean, all those different channels that he interrupted, all those cool moves. Blitz, you said you wanted to talk about it on the panel. Luckily for you, you're on the panel.
Oh, it was just 2 fights that he pretty much won by himself. The one where Navi took that smoke, I don't think Navi was going to win that fight, but if you run it back, it might have been a lot closer than it was. Maybe they can't go for the high ground immediately after. But when he was able to interrupt the channel on the Sand King ult, that was really, really clutch. He pretty much got his ult off every single time. The time he found the PL in the river as well, uninterrupted, he realized only the Viper was hitting him. He's like, oh, this is a free ulti. Very good sleeps overall. It felt like he had like a very high skill game for a Bane, which is pretty rare.
It is.
And I'm not surprised.
Yeah, Bane gets taken out.
You just banned that out when you see that sort of a performance come out.
All right, Dota fans from around the world, no replays here today because we want to get you right back in the action. We know you're hungry for that sweet, sweet Dota.
I really liked the draft that Navi did when they had the Venge in the Shadow. I think that was when they looked their absolute strongest.
Now, I have to say that I think Sumail looks his absolute strongest as long as he has a neckwear. He won a TI with the pillow. He's got a scarf on now, and he's just going to keep on kicking butt.
Yeah, scarf it up.
That's the classy way to go.
As long as he doesn't change the hair again.
I liked it.
No, I like his normal hair way better.
Yes.
So they take out the Venge on the side of EG, and Navi takes out the Shadow Demon again. So Ogre Magi left in the pool. Omni Knight's still there too. Razor as well.
What up, crowd? We still awake tonight? Huh? Yes!
It's an elimination game.
Oh, of course we're awake. Come on, boys. Fantastic. Thank you, ladies and germs. We got an Ogre Magi, your first pick. If that doesn't fill you with excitement, nothing will. Bloodlust. It's good.
That's your job in life.
Good spell.
You have one thing. Get carried.
As a 5, that must be ideal, you know? If I played the veggies run, I'm picking Ogre for myself every game and just like blaming on everybody else if we lose. I did my job.
Yeah. All right.
I think they'll go the Shadow Shaman this time around.
Still not banned down. I mean, maybe EG feels like they can handle it, Bob.
They didn't lose faith in it though in the VP series.
No, they still try.
They still try to go for it. If you're that comfortable with it, you've been picking it for that long. Like, do you really alternate at this point?
What happened to Undying as well?
Oh,
I think that's just a VP thing.
I think it's just for VP? Okay. Because it used to be the response to the Ogre, at least for the laning phase, so you can actually stand toe-to-toe with them.
Well, they're not locking in their supports like they usually have for the rest of the series, so I think they might be considering it, Bonk. I mean, take lessons from their friends. They actually are going to go
Keep the Shadow Shaman.
for the Snake-Yo.
Take clock, I think. You want a hero that can match Ogre's pace. I think you either take something like a Clockwork or the Earth Spirit if you want a little bit more team fight.
Clockwork's banned.
Yeah,
Clockwork. Clockwork's banned?
Yeah, they take Undying.
Oh, look at that, Bonk.
I think it's just a hero that matches really well versus the Ogre, and I've seen Navi have success.
EG's turn to pick.
The best warriors. They say the best warriors from their enemies are those that learn taking out VP, taking their signature first pick hero. What a story from CIS Dota.
You take Omni then again, and you just you ban all the counters once again.
Yep, you can absolutely do that. Early game aggression, lots of bursts there to kind of deal with that Undying, make sure, and there you go. You know what? They say we're not the best panel in the world. Take that, haters. We're calling it all.
We got like 3 out of 4.
Who said that?
Whew, you know.
Who said that? Did you say that?
I did, you know, I might have alluded to that once in a while. Call the next pick, buddy.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure slack.
Is that a bad hosting thing to do?
Maybe Navi takes something like the DP. I think you want a lot of stability in mid. The silence is nice, of course, against Omni, and she's one of the few heroes that doesn't really care about the Ogre.
Taken out by EG, of course, because they have that Omni and Ogre.
Yeah,
both of them can get their spelled from that Razor passive, and Brew again for Navi. They want to be able to deal with the Omni.
I mean, it was pretty effective at dealing with the Omni. There was a couple of fights there where Brew was able to kind of take him out in the early game and make sure that he didn't get crazy. So I can see it again.
10 seconds.
Radiant's
turn to pick.
Rubik. There you go. That's a good way to make sure that they don't get that Rubik.
That was our idea last game, remember? We were saying that you shuffle and you just make a 4-position Rubik. Because it's so good against Shaman and Brewmaster. You have the ability to take the wards. Anything you grab from the Shadow Shaman, you're not going to be sad about. It's nice against the Brewmaster too. I thought they would have gone for the Earth Spirit, but it looks like it's not their ideal counter because they need something more laning focused to get kills. But pretty similar drafts, or at least the ideas behind the drafts are really similar.
Yeah, here's the big question though. What are they going to do on Navi? Do they dare to go down Viper Alley again? Or will we see something a little bit more unique this time?
I suggested the DP.
I think Death Prophet, yeah, I think that one sounds a lot better.
I wouldn't mind seeing them maybe even take Crystallizer's hero now, because last time we saw them get really forced into a corner, leaving it to last pick, where they were struggling for sort of the options for the carry.
What do you take then, like Morph?
Banned.
Oh.
Banned.
Man, I'm really bad at calling heroes that are already banned, huh?
Hey, you know what? That just means that you're thinking just like the team splits. That's what makes you a expert analyst.
Are you looking at a hero list on your phone? That's smart.
That's always what I do.
I should do that.
Everyone always thinks that like I'm reading something. It's just I can't memorize all the heroes, so I need to look at the heroes.
I've said this several times. If you want to be a Dota 2 analyst, I really think that you should get the hero list tattooed on your forearm.
Why? I can just pull it up on my phone.
I know, but you can have the sleeve. Oh, whoa!
They do take one of Crystallizer's heroes.
Great call there.
Yeah, I think that you have to do this. The way that they were drafted against last game left them in, you know, as we saw, picking the PL, which I think, you know, Navi knew that there was much better things that they would have rather gone for, but they were all taken out. So, and I really think at the moment securing Crystallize, one of his strong heroes, it's more important than getting Dendi one of his. Because Dendi, very flexible, there's a few things they can slip through. I think Dendi will still have options open.
EG takes the Gyro.
So I thought they would have grabbed Gyro or Weaver, because the Gyro, you need a range hero against the Brewmaster, and Weaver's okay because if you get Lincolns, it's not the worst thing, but you can't clear illusions, is the down part. And Gyrocopter does that. He scales pretty decently. You're okay with that matchup too?
Yeah, he's good versus Brew Undying and Shadow Shaman too, because he killed the split actually at one point, and Undying and Shadow Summon die to Flak quite easily at later stages.
Gyro Rubik,
and he has
of
Bloodlust.
course.
I mean, he has Bloodlust too, yeah.
The classic combo in lane that we saw back in a few patches ago when Gyro was super hot.
Years ago, even.
Wow.
Yeah, that's been a really classic combo. So now it's Rubik also versus Terrorblade. We've seen a couple times that Sundered plays coming into back in. Timbersaw. Quick pick by EG to deal with that Terrorblade.
They
also
DOD.
Yeah, that's
sure. That is what the mid Timber saw as well.
Yeah.
Sumail Timber.
I think you take something like SF again. If you're Dendy.
I agree with that.
Yep, SF, he's been doing fantastic on that, and it's a good amount of damage against that Timbersaw. Man, I can't wait to see this Timbersaw in action. We've seen a lot earlier in the end here of Dreamleague, and just seeing him be in a game without an OD for once, he might actually do well for the first time.
With DP or
what if they?
DP seems really good.
What about DP? What about AA?
I was the mid Dendy AA. If they do it, I would love it, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Or something even crazy. Just throw a mid axe in there or something. And it's going to be the Zeus.
They ran this earlier today.
And it was, they had Zeus Terrorblade, that same duo core, and it got a lot done.
Yeah.
Zeus and Undying as well is absolutely brilliant in those mid-game fights.
All right.
Well,
I thought those drafts came up really quickly.
They did. I think both teams really had a good idea of what they wanted to do. But gentlemen, that time has come to see if you guys know what is going on. I'm going to need some predictions for this series.
EG. But I like Navi's draft. I think it's really close.
Okay.
I've got to sort of agree as well. I think this is going to be a much closer game than game one. And I really want to go with Crystallizes Terrorblade, but I do feel that the Sumail Timbersaw has the potential to go incredibly ham. If he gets a good timing on the hood, he's going to get to the point where he's pretty unkillable and he'll cause a lot of issues for Terrorblade in the mid game.
Absolutely. Fogged?
5 seconds remaining.
I think they've got really comfort heroes. Crit can have a huge impact on this Rubik, like he did in the last game. So yeah, get with them. They also have Omni Knight, really dominant hero.
Yeah, you know, all stable points on that front, but me, personally, I gotta think about it the other way around. I feel like EG does have a fantastic draft, but Navi has the heart and world in their hearts. It's good. It's a good team. Casters are ready. Thanks, everybody.
Eloquent.
What's up, guys?
Hi. Welcome to Game 2. Let's see how this series is going to pan out. You all were leaning a lot further towards EG. Their draft does look Navi, but I'm not surprised at all that Game 1. More far every series that EG has been involved in has been at 2-0. They were 2-0 down by Team Secret, but ever since then, through Infamous, through Virtus Pro, and now here in NAVI, potentially another 2-0 in the lower bracket Kings. But this draft seems also quite fun. Like we saw Virtus Pro being able to destroy a Timbersaw with that Undying. I'm wondering if we're gonna have the same effect in lane phase at least against Sumail's Timber.
I think that the Zeus is okay. I think it kind of works out like both ends. You'd be surprised though, like the Zeus does all right. Like this is a trade farm kind of lane.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like Zeus's bread and butter, right? I'm struggling to think of matchups where Zeus like dominates mid. Like maybe if he plays against like a CM mid.
That's like wondering like if you run the Undying and Zeus together. It was literally said like I walked in, I decayed twice, and then soul ripped, and he had Spiderlings to help him out for that burst damage, and then they just killed the Timbersaw. Now you have Zeus burst damage and Dendy kill securing power.
Man, you're making me sway to Navi.
It's I'm liking their combination to make it work.
I sort of am too.
It looks good, but then they have to execute it after they got completely out-executed by evil geniuses in Game 1.
And we're clear for running.
That's the only question mark I really have, because I understand why there could be some debate over who would win this game, just based if you just looked at the raw drafts, if you didn't think about Game 1 beforehand.
So a bottom lane universe, gonna walk up here, trying to cut the creep wave, and they're ready for him.
Oh, Crystallize. Well, you've tried to do this so many times with the offlanes. He can purify, but the damage Crystallize has from that Morphosis, it may be enough. Attack goes uphill and he actually misses. Universe, even without boots, has 305 movement speed to the 288 of the Terrorblade. But while we're watching that, it's General who dies on top lane, attempting to do exactly the same thing. Arteezy, no Rocket Barrage, he went homing missile to work with the Ignite of Ogre. And Crit's telekinesis.
Yeah, he's one of the few carries that really likes this. I know in China that they still like to go for Rocket Barrage. At least that's what Manet was doing. But it's kind of funny. It's Survivor style. One offlane makes it, the other doesn't.
You know, if PMS was still an item, maybe this would have actually worked. But no longer a real item.
What is that movie? It's like, I actually can't. It's Highlander, I'm thinking of.
Highlander?
Yeah, only one can survive.
By Sean Connery?
Is that Sean Connery?
Sean Connery is, well, he's not a Highlander, but he's in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, this is what I was talking about with Samel. He was, like, he got hit by Decay, I think 3 times, and he went down to 300 HP.
Oh,
like, Roger hits him again, and Samel's now down 380. Takes another hit, he'll go down to 300. And that's when Dendi is sitting there with Lightning Bolt, as well as Arc Lightning, and Samel sits so low. Yeah, you disco this.
This is the second game in a row now where Sumail has been given what we like to call the treatment. Coined after a Bulba term.
I don't know if this is really worthwhile for Roger, however. Like, he takes the entire creep wave and now has to drag it back in, but he's at least having fun with it.
He's made it out, dude. He's taking no damage from the tower.
Trying to have as much influence as he had with his Kunker earlier tonight.
Yeah, he's giving him the treatment. Life's good. He's got 300 HP at all times. This is definitely what he signed up for when he wanted to play professional Dota.
Yep. Wait until Dendi actually starts getting more levels. Like, right now it's still a 1 point in Lightning Bolt, a 1 point in Arc Lightning. The Timber is 0-0. At least the Salve is more effective, looking the bright side of life. But it's 10-2 versus a 0-0 lane. Fear is rotating in to try and change this, but this only powers up Roger. It was the same kind of thing when Lil did his harassment. He then just has 2 people to decay. Not to mention, he found an arcane rune to work with.
Hey! The only thing he could have found better is maybe like a DD. But he's not even getting right click, so maybe a regen would have been the only rune that would have been more effective than this.
Yeah.
And Sumail with no strength, he's hitting with 45 damage.
At least he's got 1 charge. So now he's got a full 1-up. He's getting a lot of charges from Roger, whirling deaths onto the Undying and brings him down to 190. Okay, 280. He gains more. General running through the tree lines. Will get the clap off. Gets a quick hit into Crit, who's tanking the creep wave for the moment. But General, he's just trooking around Arteezy. Stay in the trees. Stay in the trees. Listen to HY. Now the homing missile will stay on him. And thunk. General goes down. And so does Sumail.
After all that, Sumail finally dies. He's only level 2. He's got no farm. This has been a really rough lane for Seneko.
Shaggles, bottom lane, whole universe in position, and they have enough damage, physical, especially when you've got the illusions up and running, but universe into the abyss.
And Navi, really nice laning phase start for them. The mid lane is going so successfully for them, as well as the bottom lane, the top lane. Seneko, where is he right now? He's at bottom. Roger's in mid. General up at top is doing fine though. He just TP'd up top. After he died, he's just like, whatever. This is kind of what offlaners do. They just die. That's okay. You don't lose too much. You die for XP.
Snaker's even stopping Sumail from getting anywhere near runes, and Roger. It continues again. The treatment.
You feel kind of bad for him. That sucks. But at the same time, it's kind of funny that they can't do anything about it.
But they willingly picked into it. Like, it's not like you didn't have something to learn from previously. Like, this literally happened today in this competition.
He's taunting him too. I like that. Because you know, as a mid player, Toby, and I know you as a mid player, this is the most frustrating thing that you play against. It's not even just the fact that it's happening, it's the fact that nothing can be done about it. You don't feel like you're playing Dota. You feel like you're just getting harassed in real life. Like somebody kicks you in the shins repeatedly.
It's like you rotate Fear and all Fear ends up doing is leeching experience because, hey, you can Bloodlust a Timbersaw.
You did it.
Yay!
Sumail once in a while just cops a Whirling Death, but Roger now has 2 levels of the Decay.
Yep.
Reduces the cooldown, which makes it so that he can even stack more on top of that. He's going to hit him again with it.
And he can slow him down with the Orb of Venom he's got. So even if you get reactive armor charges up, I suppose we reach a point when he gets more levels in reactive armor that the regeneration is very effective percentage-wise when you're low on health.
Yeah, but if you can't get near creeps, is it even worth it? I'm just watching Dendi farm. This is Dendi, the farming simulator.
Dendi is at 34-9. Dendi was already having a really good time on Zeus in mid last time we had him play it earlier today.
Yep. And now the Timbersaw is hitting neutral creeps. He's hitting a bunch of ogres.
Hey, he's at least got a double stack he can work with.
The thing is, he probably asked for this. Like, as a mid laner, you often get to just like choose what hero you want to play. And
well, do you just change it up then? Like, you push Crit into the mid lane, so at least you can get some levels up in Null Field and counter this magical burst damage they've got. Fear, in a world of hurt, starts his TP out, and they have enough damage with Roger's final decay hit.
Roger is a beast. He walks around the map, is the most frustrating player to play against in this game. He's in undying. You don't have a stun or anything. He's just walking around decaying people.
Yep. I wonder if he even needs to go into the Tombstone. This continues to work. Can you max up Decay and Soul Rip? Is that the play here, or is Tombstone still just too good?
No, this is still pretty okay. The 2-1-1. I think Zai even goes like 3-2-1, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me on that later if you feel. But he even secures Dendi, the best rune that a Zeus can get. It's a regen. There's no way that Sumail can cancel that rune.
No. And Roger's continuously pounding into him. Sumail's down to 620 HP now.
The taunt. I love it, honestly. I know Sumail he hates him right now. And that's the best part about it.
You get in the mind of the player, right?
Yeah,
This is why taunting was invented.
It's 1-0 right now. You're up. You got to do whatever you can to gain the edge. And Arteezy is going to TP down to mid. He realizes,
oh, the Tombstone's down, and boom, boom, boom!
And they're going to know about the smoke. They're running away. Now, Dendi's running into the trees. The timing couldn't be any better for this.
And Fear's going to say hello. Dendi can hit him with one lightning bolt. In fact, he just triggered off the decay, so we can keep pumping damage into him. Crit will arrive. Dendi wants to keep the distance, so the regen's going to be full. There's a nice call down. Roger needs to turn for the decay so we can get more life, but Sumail.
Oh,
Whirling deaths him down, and Sumail got a kill!
Hell yeah. And it was on Roger. Taunt. If you have a taunt, do it. Now's the time.
There is a taunt for a Timbersaw, but it seems Sumail is too busy farming. Making the most of space, but they're losing the tier 1 tower in bottom lane. Yeah. Crystallized into Metamorphosis. There's a lot of damage, and there's little to nothing Universe can do to stop this.
This is so rough. They had to rotate Arteezy in just to get a kill, and it wasn't even on the Zeus. He really wanted that. The timing of the Zeus ult made that impossible. Yep. Very well done so far by Navi. I mean, at this rate, it looks like we're going to a 1-1. It continues to have this.
It looks to be the case, but Arteezy still is sitting quite nicely on the net worth. He's just behind that of the Terrorblade, even with the tower going down. And building into the Mask of Madness, the damage output's still going to be quite good for Evil Geniuses. Omni Knight was still finding more levels on the off-lane too.
Oh, Sumail has now rotated up to top, and Roger's followed him up here. This is some weird Freddy Krueger thing.
I'm in your dreams. I am your nightmare. General's just itching for a split. Sumail just can't catch a break. And they are actually doing it. They're putting Crit in mid. We're actually into what is probably going to be more effective in the mid. Having that range hero, but it's the mid Rubik. The 2-position Rubik is what this turns into. Because the stupid thing is, he's 300 behind Sumail.
Nah, dude, he's 250. Give him the credit he deserves.
Oh.
I mean, Roger's just making this game play. He goes up top, he gets hit. Sumail timber chains forward at him. He's hissed.
Yeah. Try and get aggressive, but Roger just triggers the clarity. He's like, come on, like, do you want to
cancel this? See what you can do. I can do this all too, is what Roger's saying right now.
If you had a chakra, maybe Sumail have a chance. Oh, there's a chain forward. Roger still has the clarity, turns around. Sumail, he's at 500 HP.
He's got to be careful. There is a Zeus ult.
Yep. Decay's going to kick in right now again. Sumail, 420. Lamau.
That 20 is not reactive armor. That is the missing strength. If he gets bolted once in fights, he just dies.
Arteezy and Fear are looking for an opportunity. They're smoked up. Crystallize is backing up, has Metamorphosis and Sunder available, and Seneko around the corner from him.
Yeah, what is the attempt here? Because if he gets Sunder off, the Sunder into Zeus ult is a very powerful combo. People go down quite quickly. We saw that.
They've got no way to control that either, right? Like, how do you stop the Sunder? They don't have enough stuns.
That's why they're going for mid instead. They know that Dendi's in the trees, but Dendi just pops the invis. They don't have a sentry for this either. They're going to even drop a ward. Dendi should know about all of this right now.
Where's the TP's in? The call down comes like he's got to be in the trees. This is just not EG's day. Roger will arrive. And so will a fate crystallize.
And they're gonna know now. Then he just popped out of the invis, almost taunt them. It's like, I was here all along, saw you coming miles ahead of you.
Back to farming. Back to the stacks. Fear. I don't think he actually stacked this in time. Arteezy tacked it too early. Now they're not actually going to get the full aggro. So there's still 2 creeps just sitting in the ancient stack.
Dire's top tower.
And Samael is tasked with defending the mid, but Roger sticking to him like a leech. Mass Serpent Ward's committed on top lane by Snako. General. He's going to get that early Blink Dagger timing just like game 1. But it feels like EG's going to have less to deal with him this time.
What's this?
I mean, in the previous game, they were able to just walk around the map killing him at will. Yeah, this time around.
Oh, hi, Samael. He's low. Soul Rip. 330 HP. That is only a level 1 ulti from Thunder God's Wrath. So
he's trying to get him down one more time so that he can wrap.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He's even following him into the jungle. Nowhere is safe. As in half a second, Snako is going to overtake this Timbersaw net worth. Snako, the 5 position Shadow Shaman.
Oh boy. Good luck. Universe in general can at least play around on the bottom lane. There's Clap for purification. General trying to find that last little bit of farm to get the Blink Dagger. And that's when Navi could probably be a little more aggressive. Like, you have Crystallize. He's already taken the tier 1 tower on bottom lane. The tier 1 tower on top lane was taken beforehand. So, trigger Metamorphosis. Force the tier 1 tower out in mid while EG is still playing recovery game.
Yeah, they're just trying to farm out ancient stacks right now. They realize they don't have a hero on the map. Through no fault of his own right now. Of course, they're just bringing it up because man doesn't suck.
Yeah. And this is a quick work on the tier 1 tower. Rogers waiting as if Sol wants to move forward. Samael is the one who believes he can do it. A smoke in the back line, just Dendi and Snako gonna do the old wraparound. Well away from any dire observer. They've got defensive 1 board near their own ancient. That is Arteezy, some kind of efficiency. Farming with Rocket.
Oh, Snako,
and now Snako shackles, they hold him and they zap him. Oh. Number 1 net worth hero for EG picked off in his own jungle.
Yes, nowhere safe right now. Navi's just playing the invade game.
General's bounced back up to top lane. He's got that Blink Dagger up now. But no Thunder God's Wrath, but it's such a low cooldown that they'll be ready to fight once more.
Yeah, with the Arcane Rune. He popped the Arcane Rune beforehand. He was very cognizant of it.
How did he find that again? It's the same thing in game 1.
Everything that could possibly be working out for Navi right now is working out for Navi. And everything that could be working against Sumail is working against Sumail.
They need to get some revenge. Roger, can you taunt your way out of this? Mass up, wants to Nako. Right place, right time.
He taunted up.
Oh!
He would have died anyways.
Yeah, Flash kind of nailed him. They're picking up the Mass Serpent Wards. He's actually denying his own Mass Serpent Wards.
And they're getting out of this area.
Yeah.
They're afraid.
General is arrived. Split is available. That's that dire observer ward they have on the hill near the Ancients that saw General moving in. This is why they backed off. But again, the dire jungle continues to be invaded. General sits next to the Ancients, and EG have no other choice but to move south. They're coming closer towards that tier 1 town, but they're also moving into the territory of Crystallize. He doesn't stick around to pick up the bounty rune. He knows some level of pressure is coming as EG is missing on the map.
Yeah, they're even going to ping with a scan. EG just getting read like a book right now.
Oh, they can try and chip at the tier 1 town, but Navi, that's a double damage for Crystallize.
They're going to go road down.
What this one button's going to fall off his keyboard soon. So double damage for Crystallize. They're purposefully, well, they have Metamorphosis if they want to use it, but you've got the Tombstone to do the work, save the Metamorphosis, and then push into the tower with the Aegis Immortal. Such efficiency from Navi, especially when EG is having no intention of evading this.
Yeah, 0 chance that they try to contest.
So do you just take tier 2 and only burn Metamorphosis if EG defend and then just go high ground? Like, yeah. Can you do that as Navi right now?
You still have DD. I think they're really strong. I don't know if high ground's possible, but you can chip away, see what happens. Nako's got wards up in 10 seconds.
But General's itching for a fight, so he wants to be able to have something work.
Yeah, maybe they can just end this game really quickly.
Samael's got some extra survivability. He's not only got, he's got the hood up, he's got a lot of one charges up his sleeve.
That's what we're relying on now.
Yeah, that's, I always look on the bright side of life. That's what the one fight should say.
The downside of this Timber hero is it's not easy for you to come back because your way of coming back is by farming, but if you're not ahead, then you're a hero that doesn't effectively kill heroes, which is what this hero's meant to do.
Mr. Confidence walks up like he's actually got an entire armada of farmed heroes behind him. Brings out one clap, nice pick up from Purification, will give him the life back again. But General, with just a blink clap, able to create enough space. Crystallize has burnt the Metamorphosis and they smoke. They're getting the movement speed to jump closer or keep him invisible.
They're hoping that EG tries to defend. That's why
Samael is close by. The Creep Wave will reveal and Mass Serpent wants it down. A quick Timber Chain from Samael pulls them away from the fight. They're trying to get rid of these Mass Serpent wards with the Tombstone down.
Another smoke popped. Alright, that's back-to-back smokes just to look at them, I guess.
It's an unhealthy habit, Navi.
Navi's getting a little too overconfident. I mean, I agree that they're ahead. They're 7k ahead, but those are smokes.
Yeah.
That's important.
Well,
go green, man.
Navi pushing in the mid lane now. Samael again to the front lines. He is dreaming of a new item. But the rest of EG smoked up behind him. They're using Samael as bait. Time and time again, Navi have been willing to go on him. Can they resist? Snakeo's not there to bring in the disable, but look at Snako. This guy's just rushing Aghanim Scepter. He really doesn't care that much. EG want to force the mid-tier 1 tower. Shaman is starting his rotation in there, but wait for the initiation. Here it comes, Crystallize. Comes a lot of damage early on. Sunder is available, and he switches with Arteezy. There is a pure Brewmaster. A clap on 3 into the split. Aegis Immortal has burnt out pretty quickly, but EG, they got the Undying down. Can they back out of this one? Snako, he wants to control somebody. Ogre will hit the deck. Shackles are available. Maybe with a Timber Chain. Samael goes straight through him. Arteezy has the double kill. You've got all the sustain thanks to Universe just sitting behind him. They haven't even had to burn GA. They've gone through the Aegis Immortal. They're gonna go in under tier 3 towers. No 2 EG haven't even taken a tier 1 tower yet, but they kill Crystallize under his tier 4 tower. What is this meme game?
With no farm on him whatsoever. They're still making it happen right now. Navi, they might get through the decisions that made in this game. That top push, wasting both their smokes all of a sudden. I mean, EG just battled back, and now Arteezy well ahead of the pack. And Navi just, it feels like they got way too overconfident. They started writing EG off. It felt like they were just prepared to go to game number 3.
You know, this reminds me of Navi from 4 years ago, where we lost complete and utter faith that any lead is sustainable for them. I know Horst is their coach, but this is getting ridiculous.
All of a sudden, it was something like an 8,000 gold lead that is now 2,000 gold. A lot of momentum now in EG's favor. This Terrorblade just got popped immediately. He was so close to the Manta Style, and this is how you know that they just started getting overconfident. He didn't really have Manta Style. I mean, even the Brew Split didn't do too much in that engagement because EG was balled up. Navi, they lose a lot in that engagement.
I cannot believe how many kills Jara picked out of it too. SMY, Mask of Madness, let's have a look at that engagement again. As EG wrap around the side, and it looked like it was going to start nicely with Crystallize getting that Sunder on Arteezy, but the heal from Universe was perfectly timed.
Yeah, they needed to actually Cyclone up Universe as fast as possible, but they actually used it on the Ogre, which allowed Universe to just sit back. You notice he's just playing the World of Warcraft healer, where he just sits back, repeatedly heals in.
Heals!
Yeah, Universe got like 8 spells off in this fight, which if you allow Omni to do that, it doesn't matter what your lead is, he's just going to keep refreshing everyone's HP.
And then this type of confidence. EG has been backs against the wall for so long in this game. And then having that ability to kill a Terrorblade under his own tier 4 towers when a tier 1 tower is still up, yeah. EG sends a message of like, don't you ever count us out.
Yeah. Timbersaw's still really far behind, but he's kind of just shifted into this utility build where instead of saying, I need to get a Bloodstone at all costs, he's decided to go for this pipe, which is going to help his team fight out quite a bit. Like, they're just building right now to let Arteezy be the true 1 position, similar to last game.
Yep.
And it's working out for them right now because he's delivering. He's the top net worth in a game like this. Very impressive so far.
Yep. And because he went into the jungle, of that space that was given to the rest of the supports who were also involved in this fight, Crit now has a Blink Dagger combining with the Medallion. They have a large amount of focus power they can just pump in and positional. Universe, as long as he can keep his positioning right as well, EG can stay alive, or actually initiate. They 4-man smoke up. They're wrapping around from the west. The Tombstone is on the hill from Roger, and they're going to close the distance on him. The smoke will break. The homing missile, it's on the Crystallize. He won't have the
taking a lot of damage.
Time with the call.
He's getting roasted.
Crit blinked himself in, got the control, and then Seneko locked in by the homing missile of Arteezy. The tier 2 tower does fall, but at what cost?
This is quite the disaster right now. NAVI, they have to be kicking themselves. I mean, this was even better than VP's like 10k gold lead because of the type of heroes that they have. And now it's just completely fallen apart. Barely up by 1k. I think they hit something like a 4k gold lead really early on. They had like a 4k gold lead in 12 minutes. And now it's just completely slipped out of control. Their net worth lead.
Their experience for the first time belongs to EG in this game.
Yes. The XP finally, it's like it just goes straight down.
Well, it is winter. Welcome to the slopes of Sweden.
Oh, hey, now we have a game on our hands.
4th staff as well for Omni Knight. Positional power gets even stronger for EG. There's a double damage rune on the bottom river if Arteezy wants to come for it. But right now he's going to take the tier 2 tower on bottom lane. And NAVI not ready to fight this.
Attack the hero.
This pushing power they could have had. Like, Shaman was so close to finishing up his Aghanim Scepter for the Mass Serpent was when they were looking to push him through the top lane. He was only about like 1.5k away from it. If they brought down the tier 3 tower, if they kept their control in this game, he would have had it. They would have been chipping away at the assets of EG, but right now they're having to take a loan in order to keep up with EG.
Yeah. And, you know, I was all but willing to write EG off.
Yeah, we were looking for game 3.
Yeah, I still don't know if I was 100% mistaken about that, considering it just feels like NAVI letting this game slip out of their hands. They've got to be a lot more controlled right now. Like, the discipline factor has to kick in. You can't overexcite yourselves.
You still technically have an advantage in this game. Your burst power that you had from the very start, what kept Samael down, is now a little bit weaker. We haven't really felt the effect of Zeus because this pipe came up so early, because Gyrocopter is doing so much damage. The Undying can't stand the pipe. You've got the +3 flat cannon charges. I'm wondering actually how the Undying stands in the engagement.
It's important right now for NAVI to try to keep Crystallize up during the time where he gets any sort of damage, just because Arteezy does take him down really quickly.
Yeah.
And with the lift follow-up, like, he needs to get the Sunder off right now. But EG for the first time,
he's going in for BKB, but the damage output of Arteezy is already too high.
Yeah, for the first time since like the 1 minute mark, EG have taken the lead.
They're going to get a little bit more as the tier 1 tower will fall on top lane.
Yeah. And
Crystallize and Seneko are preparing some kind of fun on bottom, but they're right underneath that Nara Observe wall that EG planted during the fight. So NAVI will be fully aware. I mean, EG will be fully aware just how hard NAVI is pushing, which right now is not hard at all. They saw the TP out of Shaman. The tier 2 town gets fortified. They start to back up. They force the reaction, and another burnt smoke from NAVI.
Yeah, and they're running out of those.
But
gotta make it out too. NAVI trying to hunt whoever they can, as everyone morphing out of there. They might find Fear. Poor Fear. Stayed behind.
388 movement
still on the run.
He can yield Scepter if he can close the distance, and that'll allow him to set up. So yep, Roger burns the ultimate. They want the EG captain Decay to begin with. Universe is here. They won't even get that. They've come out so far. The crit will blink forward. He's got Ether Shock damage. They pick up Roger and then look for a little bit more. Arc Lightning stolen by Crit. Rod brought down by Arteezy. Blink into go for the huge commitment. Thunder God's Wrath. The damage isn't even enough to kill off Crit. He'll stay alive. They turn for the call down. The Brewlings got picked off so quickly. They just focus on bringing down the Mass Serpent wards. EG are so happy with this. Brew ulti is down. Timber has a Bloodstone now at 25 minutes into the game. They got so much clearance and they're burning no big abilities to take these fights against Na'Vi.
They had no ults now. They can just walk into Roshan if EG want. Crit's gonna start spamming for it. He even finds the regen rune. Everybody needs it on his team.
It's Gyrocopter.
Yeah, he's a little bit low on mana, but without the Bruce split...
No, well, it won't work. The illusion came in to deny it.
Yeah. Without the Bruce split and the Shaman wards, though, I don't think that Navi can take this fight.
They can't. Arteezy in his stash has a full Lincoln Speed now completed to fly out.
And this is the full, complete screw you to the Terrapin. When he gets repelled and he has the Lincolns up, the TB absolutely cannot stand against him.
Yeah. So they're going to claim the Aegis, the Immortal, and Cheese as well. Na'Vi with no Bruce split, no Thunder God's Wrath, no Mass Serpent Wards, even with the Ags upgrade, they cannot do jack about this.
They're going to D-ward, but I mean,
consolation prize.
This is why you gotta love Dota. You can be so confident about something. I am very happy you're wrong about this game. Easily willing to get this one thrown into my face.
Well, it's not even that. Like, you look at it, and Na'Vi, like, they had the advantage. You understand the power of their lineup, but the issue is a lot of their power was shut down just because of that one long string of bad events for Na'Vi. Yes. When that happened, EG was able to find the money, which Na'Vi did so well in the early game to deny them.
Oh, they did so well. They completely zoned them out. They took control of their jungle. You thought, okay, as long as Na'Vi treat this game a little bit more patiently, they calm down, it's okay. Like, this game is going to be pretty straightforward for them.
But now
once the Terrorblade gets BKB, like, what do you do to kill him?
Well, you have Arteezy with heavy amounts of damage. That'll do it. Tier 2 tower is going to fall, EG. They've only got one more outer tower to claim. While Seneko and Crystallize, a lot of illusions and the catapult coming down the bottom. Arteezy, he is repelled and doing the cleanup job. Cleans, he does. General, after Samael on the top lane, pushes forward, goes for the split, needs to pick up Samael, able to timber chain away, but the Rock followed him. Universe is waiting for the right time. He's got Drum Charge, he's got Repel, he's got GA. Right now it's just Repel, but shackled up, Seneko gets the control. While the timber chain TP away will protect Samael. Universe sacrificing himself for the greater Samael.
That was the Bruce split though. And the roster boards once again. I think this would be a decent timing for EG to just shove out the lanes, deal with top, deal with mid, and then just 5-man. They have all their spells on Omni. He didn't blow GA or anything like that. He realized the situation. He did everything he could to save Samael. I think this is a decent opportunity for them to just deal with the waves and then immediately go mid. During the time that the Omni is dead, this is when you want to start shoving out waves again, and that's exactly what they're drawing lines towards.
There is a small advantage now. The Spirit Vessel is picked up by the Undying, so Timber at least won't be as important.
Yes. And it's nice against the Omni too, but this mid-wave is being pushed in quite quickly, but you don't want to trade against a TB.
Yeah, Crystallize is already adding the pressure on top. But EG get what they want. They take the tier 2 tower. Arteezy doesn't have a TP ready to go back to base. That's why Universe is up here. He'll do the defense job while Crit bounces around all over the map. He's looking for Seneko. He won't get him though. Feybolt and Arc Lightning is so easy for Crit just to add momentum to a lane.
Yeah. Once you deal with the waves, then you have some opportunity to go for the push. EG just waiting things out, and they're continuing their stacking games, by the way, Toby. Keep expanding your lead at all times. Rich temperature.
Keep the Gyrocopter in front, going towards that butterfly. Now over 20,000 net worth, 29 minutes in. Blink Dagger is over on Samael. Do you like that choice of getting something more like BTs to deal with the Terrorblade split push?
I think, actually, that's a really nice idea, the BOTs.
He'll eventually get both, obviously, but for now, it looks like EG is looking to fight. So the Blink Dagger will work. Crystallize at a very long way. Homing missile from Arteezy is already chasing him. He's got Manta and BKB available.
Oh, he lets it dunk him.
He doesn't actually see it coming in. They had no vision. Down they go. Crystallize will fall. The rest of Na'Vi is in full retreat. Conjure Image was the only thing stolen by Crit, but hey, you can always have more crits.
He's sending in one as bait, and the other will hide.
Is piped up, they jump in to pick up the grab, and then they go after Dendi. A defensive Yulset will buying him time. Here goes your defensive mass surfboards. It's a good shackle, holding Timber under the tier 4 towers. Compared to the Timber, Arteezy's BKB will protect him from the Bruling split. Won't protect Universe. The Bruling's great counters to that Omni Knight. Smoke, they want the movement speed. The stun from Dendi, cancelling out the TP of Fear. So, the heroes from EG will fall, and finally, NAVI have a fight which is favorable to them, but did cost a buyback out from Crystallize.
Yeah, and they committed heavily to that, but 6k gold now in favor of EG. I don't think they're even that dissatisfied with that. The gold change does go in favor of NAVI, but the buyback is worth even more than that. Crystallize also uses Metamorphosis. EG just committed. No way that they're going to save Sumail under that. There's 8 wards attacking them, plus the tower. Not easy to follow him up. And now the butterfly fully completed on Arteezy.
Yep.
The gem or the Aegis should be done soon though.
Yeah, but then he'll just swap in the Morbid Mask, so Arteezy's sustain is still looking very, very good in the fights. And this is the point he got in game 1, but he couldn't complete up the full Satanic. Mainly because, well, the game ended. This time around, maybe it goes a little bit longer with that foul push by EG.
Yeah, now the Aegis is down, and NAVI, maybe they look for something here. You have two options right now. Either you wait for Crystallize to refresh his buyback, and you just sit inside your base, like you farm as safe as possible, or you go for a 5-man smoke and try to reset the game.
Well, you can keep the split push going. Aghanim Scepter for Dendi is almost there, so you'll have the Nimbus to help you out, along with the illusion push that comes from the Terrorblade. Yeah. And he is rapidly approaching the Skadi, so you'll have more sustain. Lotus Ult as well.
But since Roche can spawn in 2 minutes, if you're NAVI, you have to decide, like, is that where we make our last stand?
Yeah.
Because if you lose the Roche fight, then the game conceivably just ends. And
this is a good observer and sentry on bottom lane.
Oh,
it's knowing exactly how hard EG is pushing in. Arteezy, Lincoln Spear will break. The Drunken Haze thrown out by General. Arteezy will return the favor with the fast-flying homing missile. Roger triggers ultimate. They're in full defense. Arteezy, the flat cannon damage really not that effective when Dendi has the Ghost Scepter ready to fire. And there's your Nimbus. It's a nice line, but they can't keep EG inside of it. The Mass Serpent was committed. The Nimbus down. Omni Knight sent up and towards the air. Where's that extra control? The pipe protecting universes. EG bait out so many abilities from NAVI, and they get nothing for it. Even Thunder God's Wrath just expended by Dendi. Trying to see if they're still there, but they're killing off your wards. They're still there.
Surprise! They're still at your front door. And the big spell, though, for NAVI, the Terrorblade's Metamorphosis is still available.
Yeah.
But the other ones, Brewmaster Split, Lost the wards.
They're waiting at the Mass Serpent wards.
Yeah. You just deal with the fact that he's got meta. If you kill Crystallize once, the game ends anyways.
I'm actually wondering, too, like, if they can nuke down the creep wave. Is this the reason why Arteezy comes in early? Because they can just, they can arcane.
He's forcing everybody out right now, marking the territory.
Nimbus is back. There goes your tier 3 tower. EG get what they want. Sumail able just to chain himself out. The Nimbus won't be picked off. And EG can just back out, take out the shrines. Top tier 3 tower is taking a little bit of damage with this 3 range creep push coming in, and no one from EG really looking to defend.
Yeah, you really want the Aegis and the Refresher for the Omni Knight. That would be huge for them. That would help them secure the game, and I think that's what they're going to wait on. No reason to rush this game. They're showing NAVI, this is how you be disciplined. Yeah, you go for the high ground push. You don't have to full commit for it. Go in and out, and just be patient.
Yeah. But I still love the fact like they repel up the gyrocopters. What I was sort of trying to say before I fell over my own was Ether Shock as well as Arc Lightning is a really great way just to clean up the creep wave and not allow EG to continue their sustained attack. But because Arteezy is sent in first, NAVI are dealing with this heavy flat cannon. They're running away. The only ones who can stay are the ones with Ghost Scepters, which is Dendi.
Yeah, still 4 minutes until Terrorblade has that buyback, but Roshan can conceivably spawn sooner than that. It'll be up in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Crystallize trying to get enough money he can finish up the Skadi, and then he's going to go in for the MKB to do something about that butterfly of the gyro.
Yeah.
But Arteezy actually changed his build-up, so he picked up the Morbid Mask, but he's going for Nullifier on this gyrocopter now.
Trying to just make it so that the Terrorblade can't be KP, and more importantly, so that the Zeus can't get his Yules or his Ghost Scepter off. Pretty sure it disables the Ags too.
Where's my pension?
So there's a lot of value in that, and it just gives him a decent amount of damage on top of that. But Aegis is most likely what's going to be next, and NAVI, they won't have the buyback on the Terrorblade anyways, as he's bought out the Skadi in full. realizes the situation that his team is in, and he even pops into the Roshan pit, but there's nothing there for him.
Yeah. In the meantime, EG just add pressure towards the top lane, pushing out. Bottom lane's already pretty well in their favor, and this is the dangerous lanes too, because it's the double catapult waves. So you don't want to let this go unchecked, Navi, on the bottom, because that's where your tier 3 tower doesn't exist.
In the next fight too, RTZ has completed the full nullifier.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Oh boy. Coming over on the courier now. Clean up the mid lane. But EG, they want to have Roshan. He'll spawn up in 22 seconds. They'll come over to check. Samael, have a look, but stick around a little bit longer, and he'll be there in 15.
Yeah, this is a really rough situation for Navi to be in, because they don't have the Terrorblade buyback. They don't necessarily want to fight around this area, but at the same time, if they lose the fight, they're going to give up Aegis Cheese and the Refresher.
Watching this TP'd away. EG's preparing for Roshan by putting that very standard Observer Ward just south of the Radiant Ancient.
Yeah, I think they should contest this. RTZ though has a TD rune.
Well, they don't know right now that Roshan has respawned, so EG, they stick with the battle plan while RTZ has a double damage and bloodlusted up. They're just running in.
Yeah, great rune for him to pick up. Is going to do a lot of damage there, but I feel like they should just back out. Roshan is up. They should be able to check that and force Navi into a do or die situation.
Yeah.
The best part about the third Roshan now is you force teams to fight you there because the Refresher shard is so huge. If you don't contest that, then they'll go high ground anyways, and it's a lot easier for Navi to fight.
Coming out. EG's ready to fight. It's a Terrorblade illusion moving forward first. Dendi was scouting for the Observer Ward, but Roger walks right into the middle of it. Samael, they just evaporated the mass. Ward's positioning is nice. It's Crystalline getting around, but then the GA is out. There's not enough damage. The Bruling Split is trying to as much as it can, maybe with the Zeus's best magical burst damage. They have enough against EG. Wait, no, they don't. Samael is repelled up. He's Lotus orbed up. There's nothing Navi can do to stop the Timbersaw. And if they can't stop him, they can't reach the back lines of RTZ. General will fall as well as he goes back to his normal position, and Crit stole the Primal Split. Okay, so EG, they don't even need to do Roshan, and they know it. That mid tower is already pretty heavily damaged. They're going to keep that push going. And then buyback from the Shadow Shaman. No mass wards available. Dendi, well, his Nimbus is back off cooldown. Arteezy, such heavy protection. Lincoln's, Lotus. You want to go on him, then they got Repel as well. You just can't do it. Arteezy working his way through the melee rack. The call down is nice, then he's got a rocket on his tail as well. The melee racks will fall. And EG still chipping away at the range. Arteezy wants to stand his ground. But now, very wisely, back off. They get what they need. Look towards Roshan once more.
Yeah, they can back out. They still have an objective to claim here. Crit has to split, and Navi has to know that this is happening. I don't know if they can even defend it, even if they wanted to at this point.
There's still nothing else to do it. Like, without Primal Split, against Primal Split, you can't do it.
Even if they know that this is happening, it would be so obvious if they came. They're going to have to stake everything.
At least bottom lane's working for them. There's a very large creep wave pushing into EG's tier 3 tower. But welcome back to farm.
Okay. I thought for a second Crit was going to keep the shard so that he could go for the double split. But you're only a support friend.
Yeah, the double GA sounds a lot nicer.
It really does. And that's exactly what they're going to go for. Hey, EG's only claimed one rack, it's not even a full set. But it is a 16,000 gold lead.
It's the fact that if they take a good fight, the bottom lane is already exposed because the tier 3 tower is gone. And they can just rotate towards the top. All outer towers are gone. The only outer position for Navi is actually the shrine next to Roshan. Normally, when it's up, you think, hey, maybe we can actually contest Roshan, but no. That window is very firmly closed, keeping the cold air out. And EG are coming once more. They push the lane down mid, and they will rotate into the bottom unless they can find themselves a decent fight. Crystalline just trying to slow things down by using that reflection onto Arteezy.
He's getting a little bit low here, so makes his way to Universe.
It's nice at least for for Dendy the fact he can trigger the Lincoln Spear with just Dark Lightning.
Oh, of course.
So that's not the greatest protection in the world for Arteezy, but Lotus Orb Repel.
Oh, they give him the smoke back.
Oh, manners, boys. Manners. Arteezy. Oh, the crit. He jumps in, goes for the Brewing Split, and Semail is so deep. He actually gets the Brewmaster split off. At least they can stand and fight, but Arteezy, so much damage. I don't know if they can really repel this Crystallize under his BKB. He's the big man for Na'Vi that has to be able to hold it. But there's GA #1. Refresher Shard still available here for Universe. The Nimbus is down. Semail's not a healthy man. They've gone through the Undying, but they should jump in once more. They've found Dendy. Defensive Yields is available, and he'll die before that point. So he'll just bind back into the fight. 4-star. Crystallize back into safety. But this is a Metamorphosis Terrorblade. This is when he's meant to be a badass. But he's just dying. And not dying with style.
Doesn't have the BKB anymore either. Can't really fight in this. Gets stunned up.
Oh, and they go again! Semail jumps in, slows them down, allowing Arteezy's Black Cannon charges to get through Sneko, through General, turn his attention over towards Dendy. And this game, buybacks are coming thick and fast from Na'Vi, attempting the deep defense, but once again Semail blinks in deep, looks to actually just rip apart the life of Crystallize, and GG, well played. A game that looked unlosable for Na'Vi is won by evil geniuses as they fight back. A game of over.
It looked like it was going to be very straightforward for Na'Vi. They took the Roshan. They had the tier 2 at the 15-minute mark. They were so close to being able to force that game #3. That was such a dominant victory. You can see it on their faces. They know that that game slipped out of their hands, but EG, with their second comeback victory today alone, roll on to the top 3.
That was one hell of a grin from Fear at the very end, too, when he took his headset